Dave.
Am I pausing a few seconds?
I have no idea. I paused for a few seconds. By that time, they heard me say Dave.
Okay, so we pause a few seconds because sometimes it takes a minute for everything to go live. So anyway, hello, hello, hello. There you go. A little bit behind the curtain, right? Or whatever you want to call it. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Over Coffee, our morning gaming talk show where we talk about games or literally just about anything else. And we are here. I am here with my co-hosts, Rich, Doug, and John. And I got a chance to play some Call of Cthulhu last night, which was super awesome.
Nice.
And I got a chance to play Friday at a Bethpage Library event. We did it for teens, but we only got one person to show up. But Ginger and I still had a great time. We taught the game Friday, and Zynar says, "Yay, John's back!"
Wait. Did you hear the logical debacle or the logical whatever that you got yourself in?
No,
This
Logical
morning
fallacy?
a fallacy. Thank you, John. Thank you.
what I get it.
So it was I paused a few seconds because sometimes it takes a minute.
Like,
well,
that was like, let's dissect exactly what he said.
I was talking
What a
about
bad-
Friday, the solo game, and the Bethpage Library, and this is what you want to bring up.
well, it's because I couldn't get a word in edgewise until this point.
Hey,
Yeah.
a few seconds though. A minute is composed of a few seconds.
Actually, a minute is composed of 60 seconds, not two.
No, I said a few.
A few
Yeah,
is not.
right, but a few is referred to as two.
No,
In
it's not.
perspective
It's
of
like
how many seconds
it's more
there
than
are
two because that's a couple.
in perspective of how many seconds there are in a year, a minute's amount of seconds is a few.
What? No.
So it
That
depends on your perspective.
That would be few.
By the way,
Okay.
Zyner says time is just a human construct.
This is fair, but we're actually all from this planet called coffee this morning. So
Yes, over
not
coffee.
human.
So my point is, going back before I was rudely interrupted about how many seconds I was talking about, was did you guys get a chance to play it? Oh, and then Ginger and I binge watched WandaVision.
Oh, such a good show.
Okay, so John, have you seen WandaVision?
I haven't seen WandaVision, but I did see a couple of episodes of the other one, the Winter Soldier and the Falcon.
Oh,
Okay.
so good.
Oh, I haven't
So
seen
good.
that at all. Okay,
So good. So good.
okay. Well, there you go.
Watch it.
Anyway, have you guys did you get a chance to play anything since Monday?
You know what? So last night I played 20 minutes of oh my god, now I'm freaking out because I literally the game name I just spaced Outer Limits or whatever it is.
Outer
Limits.
Wilds?
No, it's like that. It's like the Fallout game in space, right? It's like Fallout, but like it's on another planet.
Oh no, Zynar, we need help from the peanut gallery there.
I'm going to Steam right now just to take a look at my library. It's in my library, and I was playing it last night, and I'm losing my mind.
Rich, Doug,
I'm sorry, I was answering Zynar's
yes.
comment.
Rich wrote the labeling of time and duration as such is the human construct.
Oh my god, you all are such nerds.
Time
right.
itself has always existed. Rich is saying here.
Yes.
This is like
Has
this
it
is like
without an observer? If we're talking quantum mechanics,
They've
without
already,
an observer,
they've already proved that. They just proved that theory wrong, by the way.
They
oh,
did.
the Outer Worlds. You were right, John. Yeah, John was right.
The observer no longer matters.
John
does
was
time
correct.
exist without an observer?
No. It has always existed because because when things travel or things move and things expand, it's all based on a certain duration, whatever you want to call it. We call it time. All right.
Oh,
We broke them up into something that's recognizable for us, but it's been there. And in quantum physics, they've proven that the observer doesn't matter.
Okay.
Things happen regardless of whether or not there's an observer.
Well, see, I'm observing that you're potentially correct.
I read too many articles.
Yeah, where do you find time to read the articles? Apparently, you're doing emails like 10 o'clock at night.
I am, but when I'm in meetings, once I get into a meeting where I'm not the focus, I go to my phone and I flip over to my Google News, which puts up cards that I like, and I go down these rabbit holes, and I've been reading a lot about um, the quantum physics, and there's been a lot of talk back and forth that
Mm.
like dark matter and dark energy may not exist. It may actually be some other kind of, and I'm like, yeah, that's fine. We called it whatever we needed to call it, but
Yeah.
they are they've been finding more and more things in the particle colliders, which is pretty
Now,
cool.
just so you know, we had about 4 or 5 people join us right at the beginning of the show, and then they all left.
I don't think that's why they left.
Oh, no. They left because we weren't talking about poop.
We weren't talking about what?
Poop. See, obviously, here's the
Oh,
thing: when you're
Poop.
online in the morning, okay,
Poop.
talking about a bunch of nerd stuff, right?
yeah.
The problem here is if you're not talking about poop, people just tend to leave.
Wait, is it poo or is it poop? Because I think the
Okay.
two of you are talking about two different things.
Actually, they are two different things. Now,
Poop.
here's the difference between poo and poop. Now, poo, all right, happens when your dog and you go at the same time. That's poo, all right? Now, poop happens when you need to rush to the bathroom,
Okay.
aka when Rich is in a bad meeting.
Right. Right. Are you saying that you take your dog out to walk and you both go at the same time, and that's bad?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Well, you probably because you don't bring a bag for yourself.
Listen, it depends.
Just like the Amazon drivers.
Oh, you wear depends. Okay, I got it. I'm with you now.
Yeah,
All right,
there
all
you
right.
go.
We're back on track here. So, Dave, what were you playing?
Zynar is saying that his brain is still loading. Stand by. So my point is Rich and John, have you gotten a chance to do anything interesting or play a game in the last 2 days?
Nothing new. Nothing new.
John?
I actually have been getting into a new game. Don't leave them.
It,
I've been so I finally jumped off this game I've been playing for like last couple of weeks with friends. I finally ditched Red Dead Online for the foreseeable future,
good.
and I instead have been playing Satisfactory.
Oh
Eh,
yeah.
Satisfactory.
Well, it is a
Satisfaction.
factory building game. So yes, the name is intentional.
It's a what building game?
Is that what you were on last night?
It's a factory building game.
So it's a now. What's the like? Here's my question. What like? Because the name of the game is called Satisfaction. Is the fact
Yes.
No.
making like
It's called
dildos or something?
no. It's called Satisfactory.
Oh, okay, I get it. So like it's a factory that is satisfying.
Yeah, it's like a simulation type building game.
Yeah, it's like
Like base building.
you work for some company, you end up touching down on some alien planet, and the idea is that you have to ship resources back to the main company. And the way that works out is that you start by basically mining stuff by hand, so that you can then build machines that then automate more and more processes for you, and then eventually it turns into a situation where you need to make them as efficient as possible. You need to start getting new sources of energy because the ones you had just can't match the amount of production you're trying to accomplish. um, you start getting new resources, so you have to start being able to mine those. You have to be able to start combining resources into a new third type of resource. So
Oh my
So
god, it
let
just
me.
sounds like so much work.
I was gonna listen. Wait, first of all, I like those type of games, so I think I may go check it out, John. But let me just say something. Think about what did Zinar say? Is there
It,
OSHA
or
or
labor laws in the game.
So let me just
There is in Stellaris. There's labor laws in Stellaris.
let me just put this out there. Isn't it funny that a hugely popular category of game is like these base building games where you actually work for someone else to do their bidding again? I mean, think about it. That's what John. Hey, John, go to that planet over there and make us money.
It's what most people are used to. We're always working for the man.
here's the thing, though: you have at least some control over it. So the one thing about the game, so I got into a conversation with a friend last night when I was like, "Yeah, I'm just grinding some stuff out in Satisfactory," and he said, "So I got the washing machine right next to me. It's a little loud." He said, but you said you didn't like Red Dead because it was too grindy. What's the difference? Like,
yeah.
what do you not like? What do you not like about Red Dead versus Satisfactory? Like, what's the difference in grind? Oh, put that down. I got it. I got it. Put it down. Put it down. Put it down. I got it. Anyway, the point is that the difference is, at least with Satisfactory, you're building, you're growing, and you're seeing development. Like, what happens from point A to point B, you're seeing actual tangible change. With Red Dead, you're grinding, but ultimately all you're grinding is just to buy different colored pants. That's all.
Listen, different colored pants is important. All right.
So let me back John. Excuse me. Let me back John up here by saying I find the grind in RPGs to be completely different from the grind in like simulation and base building games.
Right.
I really like I haven't played in a couple of months, but I like Oxygen Not Included, which is another base building game. Oh, you were teleported into the middle of an asteroid and you have to build your whole thing around you. So, and there's a lot of grinding on that. And I like it. It's a different type of grinding. It's just it is, to John's point, it is satisfying. Oh, I just got to get one more, But then when you grind in RPGs, you don't always have a purpose for your grind.
Plus, also, like, it's always making you think about how to come back and approach things differently. So right now, I got a lot of production going on, but it's not really as efficient as it could be or should be, because it's like, okay, like I'm making materials, but they're being done at a very slow pace, or I feel like there's a lot of wasted space between this thing going to here. So it's making me think, like, how can I better engineer the layout of everything so that it works more efficiently for what I'm trying to do? And on the positive side, the game, if you have to like destroy everything, like if you have to bust something down, like let's say you build a machine and it's like, you know what, this is a bad spot for the machine, or, I don't actually need this machine here right now anymore. I have this dismantle it. It's just one click. All you have to do is just hit a button, and then you can just hit it, and then just click on the item. It'll just dissolve. So like, there's no like crazy like hours breaking it down, or you have to disassemble it or anything like that. No, it's just literally just hit the F key, point your dismantling gun at the machine, and then in seconds it's gone.
Here's a story
at the same
about
time.
Yeah. So
you get half the resources back. So it's not like you're losing everything. At least you get to salvage a portion of what you spent building it.
You're losing everything, John. You're losing everything.
Well, but not for the game. If he's losing it, it's not because of those reasons.
Oh no, he's losing his mind. Different stories. You're right.
All right. Well, mine's already gone. So.
Oh, fair enough.
But I don't know. I like that. I like those types of games. But I am a different type of player. I am the type of player that will play the game, and then when I realize, like John said, you learn. When you learn, he's like, oh, I should have done this or I should have done that. I start the game over. And that's just the type of person I am. I have over 100 Oni starts, just because I was like, oh, I didn't know about that, or I find something else out, and I realized that had I done the base this way or that way, it would have been. So I was like, so like I'll start over and I'll aim for that and I'll come up with a pattern. And then like the first hit, like in Oni, it's different days. Each day you do certain things. Like my first 20 days, they're already mapped out, so that's easy. So now I'm learning things about the mid and later game, well, the mid game. So it's I enjoy it. So I understand exactly what John's talking about.
Got it.
In this case, I don't always know what everybody's talking about or what anybody's talking
about. Okay. On that note, let's talk about how other games relate to this game. Do we enjoy any other games, or do we only want to do base building games now because they are so rewarding?
I don't think so.
Well, no, I mean, I think all of the games have merit. I think that my issue with Red Dead is that the reason why I got out of it was for a couple of different reasons. Red Dead Online on paper sounds cool. It's a giant sandbox where you get to play cowboys. But when you start to break it down and when you look at it, it's buggy as hell. Like they never really went back into fully fixing it. So there's a lot of stuff where like things will freeze, things will clip, geometry will work 80% of the time, but that 20, no, more like 70% of the time. And the other 30, when it doesn't, completely will screw you over.
Did you
So,
know,
hey,
John,
put me
that
in
did you know, John, that most percentages, 95%, in fact, of people of percentages that are told by people are actually unfactual.
Actually, that statistic that you're looking for, don't ask me why I know this. The statistic you're looking for is 75% of all statistics
See, I just even proved my own point.
that, that's that I believe I found that in an article somewhere.
Yeah,
the point is, so the
He
point
was
is that
reading it on the toilet during a bad meeting.
right. So the point is, number one, it has a lot of errors. Like it's like it plays fine, but it doesn't play as well as it could or probably should. Like it's just off enough that it's really frustrating. That's number one. Number two, number two, there's not really any great end game. Like okay, you just have to spend a lot of time at the beginning grinding out because you need to get gold to unlock career paths, like how to be a bounty hunter, how to do hunting and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, you need gold, and either you could buy gold or you could earn it, but you earn it doing small things like when you first start. What? Hold on.
All right,
Uh,
so
is
Okay, yeah, no, cool. No, I was just my mom interrupted me to tell
I
me
was gonna
about
say,
this
is your
point.
mom not in bed?
What? She's up and around. She's cleaning.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Shouldn't she be resting?
Anyway, hold on. So yeah, there's no end game. Like the beginning of the game is very grindy because in order to get gold, you could do like small missions and you could sell stuff, but it's fractions of things. And then once you at least get enough gold, you can buy a career. You can get more gold that way. But all you're doing initially is just getting more gold to get more careers to get more gold. And then once you've done all that stuff, it's all just cosmetics. Like,
but
you're
that
not buying
sounds
a
great.
house.
That's like fun to people. Some people, like a lot of people, have fun doing that.
Well, that's the other thing. All the missions are more or less the same. There's only slight variations on what you actually do or accomplish. So there's not really a whole lot of variety to the game because, again, the game is not built that way. It was a single player game that they extrapolated the engine into a multiplayer situation. And so as a result, and again, it's cowboy themed. So unlike something like Grand Theft Auto, where you could do skydiving, you could buy real estate, you could, do car warfare. But yeah, no, we're getting it at work. Yeah. The point is that there's just not enough difference in the game for what you do versus, basically it gets old fast.
It's no variety.
Yes.
It's
So,
go out and collect these things, go out and collect these things, go out and collect these things.
right.
All,
Or go capture this guy, go look for a while and then capture this guy.
Yep.
So the other thing is that because of the way that the game works, it replicates a real life setting, which is kind of cool, except that if you need something for a quest or if you need something for a mission, you could spend 20 minutes looking for just a duck. It's one of those things where you have to actually have a map on hand or everything plotted out because the
Did
game
you say
in-game,
a duck?
yeah, so one of the daily missions could be get a duck. You need to, or no, I'm sorry, skin 3 ducks.
Schmuck goose, got it.
So
I love that it's a duck.
Now, but are the missions teaching you the game? I mean, most games start out with 20 missions that teach you, okay, this is how you move, this is how you collect something.
Because the online doesn't really have a tutorial because, again, it's an offshoot of the single player game. So it kind of assumes that you should know how to do that stuff already.
No, okay. Never assume. You shouldn't know anything. Things don't know. People don't know things and people don't know things.
I'm wondering if for the May 23rd, I believe, or May 22nd video game. Wondering if I should do Project Zomboid.
Ugh, do project something.
So I sent you an email. Somebody was streaming it yesterday on Twitch.
Yeah,
I
I
saw
think
it.
maybe our group will do Project Zomboid. We'll start off on a brand new server and then just go from there. And then if you guys want to jump in, you guys are welcome to join. I'll give you all the server credentials. If you've never played Project Zomboid, though, you may have to take the tutorial to get used to it because you will die.
And Rich laughs.
Yeah,
It's
well, you know, that's normal.
It's fun watching people at first. Like my friend Nick is now playing Project Zomboid, and he logs on throughout the entire day because his job allows him to. Just that's the nature of his work, and so he keeps advancing the server. So he goes in there and he does all the farming and trapping and hunt, not hunt, but farming and trapping. And we come in and there's birds and crickets and stuff in the refrigerator.
Creepy.
But he can't. But the problem is that's where I was going with it. The problem is that he where he advances the server, but because he's not great at fighting zombies, he doesn't actually go out and do that very often. He leaves that for myself and for our other friend Mike. So I'm better than him, and Mike is better than me at killing zombies. But the problem is that there's a the algorithm for zombie spawns is that it's also because I've seen the server settings, right? So the zombie spawns are based off of player visibility. So if you haven't visited a spot in a long time, it spawns more and more often, and it's a higher percentage. So what happens is as you advance the server, more and more hordes appear. So then when Mike and I log on and we have to go out and get something, there's literally hundreds that we have to take care of before we can do anything.
Oh, okay.
So
Because he's logged on.
right, because he's
This-
logged on, he keeps this server keeps spawning zombies, and and then he just leaves them because he can handle one or two at a time. But sometimes you have to fight. There's like 6, 8, 10, or in Mike's case, we decided to challenge ourselves and we abandoned our base to just go start a brand new base with just canned food. And Mike had to kill 2,000 zombies with a car in the
Oh,
parking
God.
lot while I cleared out the mall.
On
So-
that note, I also just finished watching Walking Dead season 8.
Oh, and
Wait.
and
I'm
Nick-
on season 6. I'm really bad at this.
and Nick got lost on the way to the mall, and his car stalled out. So
So you should be. I hope you're streaming all this, so all these wonderful moments are captured in time. I think we started this conversation talking about time.
right, we haven't streamed all this, but I should stream whenever I play.
Yeah. See now we can enjoy these moments of hilarity.
Now the other upside is that Nick, because he's got all this time, he built an entire second floor kingdom, which just second floor kingdom means just the zombies can't come up. You break all the stairs so they can't climb, and you use sheet ropes to climb down.
Okay.
So he builds all that stuff when we're not online, and then we get online and we can run around on the second floor. Fortunately, you do have to go down to the first floor.
It just sounds like Nick has too much time on his hands.
He's a lawyer.
Yeah.
He's what?
He's a lawyer.
He's a lawyer.
Oh.
There's only two things that they do well.
I don't know. He's pretty good at building now.
Yeah, and that's one of them. But
He's good at video games.
yeah,
So
good for him. He's
Yeah.
got a lot of time. Got a lot of time to practice.
but he needs to practice killing zombies.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there you
Zombies.
go.
All right. So there's now an awkward silence. We have 4 minutes remaining.
So
Also, I can also talk about another video game.
We said 4 minutes, John, not
Oh.
40, not 40.
Actually, I have something I could talk about. So I was listening to an interview about the person who owns High School.
High School Musical? Because I didn't hear anything else you said.
I heard
High Score?
Pinball, the place in Bayshore.
Oh, okay.
What? What did you say?
I'm walking in and out of the network, so I'm kind of dipping out. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Now I got you.
It's my network acting up. I listened to an interview about High Score Pinball, the place that opened up in Bayshore.
yeah,
Right.
And it's kind of like what I thought. The owner of the place, it was their own private collection that they just decided to make public.
Oh, so he owns them all. Very, there. It's good.
So it means he didn't want to he didn't want to collect them anymore, so he decided to put them out in the public so they get destroyed. I got it.
Yeah. Also,
But-
there's
oh, well,
not.
kidding.
There's like zero, and there's that. What he's basically saying is all rent and moving them in their investment because he's already had them, and like so. Essentially, it's just all money. It's all money at that point, right?
Yeah, he's just right. He's just looking to make money off of something that he's already done all his life.
Yeah, good for him. Like that's then see that's the difference. Like when you turn a hobby into something like that, that's where you get that's better, right?
Well, so here's the story. Like they had them.
You see Zino's comment, or he didn't want to lose them in a divorce.
So what happened after? So here's a couple of interesting things. Number one, it's a she. The person who opened up the place is a girl in her 20s. She got into pinball through, just from like a friend or something like that, and started collecting. And then as a result, like now is in love.
So like it wants other people to experience pinball. So that's how it came about. The machines themselves were in a unfinished store at another mall, I think, like probably Massapequa or the Sunrise Mall. So it was like, hey, these machines right now are just being stored, but they're the place is unfinished, like they could get damaged. So rather than doing that, why don't we find a public space where we could have them open, have people using them, and just keep them maintained, see if we can make a profit off of it.
Break that down just a little bit. I mean, look, the story's great, by the way, John. I think it's great. But just for 1 minute, break that down. Who the heck has resources enough to just collect stuff and keep it abandoned in an unfinished store in a mall? Right? Who has those types of connections?
Well, so there's a few things about that. Her boyfriend or significant other is actually owns several of the video game trading posts, the ones that are located on Long Island. So the other thing is that they've been getting a lot of help. They've been getting a lot of help from the New York and Long Island pinball community, like people who collect, people who own and operate. So it's like, yeah, and they're like, no, I honestly wouldn't be able to do this by myself, but thanks to the fact that well, here's the other thing too. It's not that hard that you think. Like a friend of mine, his dad's a contractor. He's a casual collector. He owns like 12 machines. And granted, he's traded and sold a few of them over the years, but if he really wanted to, or if he had the space, he could probably have like 20 or 30 plus machines.
Where does he keep his 12?
So the 12 that he keeps in his house in Bayshore, in his basement.
Right.
But his basement is furnished enough that it doesn't get damp, it doesn't get moldy.
He's a contractor. That's what I'm saying. You just like it's funny when like things work out. Like a contractor, if he ever really needed to, he would just put an extension onto his house. Like John, where would you keep it? I know how much of a fan you are.
So my issue is that like I have the full downstairs, and granted, there's a lot of furniture that like I don't really use, but like I could probably fit at most maybe 2 machines. If I was really pushing it, I could probably fit 2 machines down there. It's just that they'd be in a corner or they'd be in a spot where it's easy enough to get access to, but it's not disrupting anything in the room. So yeah, I could if I ditched the couch, like if I really didn't care, I could put a couple more. But yeah, like I personally don't have the space.
Right.
I'm gonna.
But I mean, like, but if I owned my own house, if I had like a finished garage, or if I had like a pretty long like laundry room, it's possible.
I'm gonna need to go, but you guys can keep talking.
All right, Dave, take us home. We're over anyway.
I
agree. I agree with you, John. I just, I was just putting it together. It's all good.
I didn't want to interrupt John because it's passionate.
Do it.
All right. Hey, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks, Zinar, for commenting. Really appreciate you guys checking us out. Don't forget to like or comment or follow or subscribe whatever platform you see this on. And we'll see you guys soon. Play some games. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
See you Friday at the same humanly constructed time.
Ah, yes, quite.
Humanly.